Hello YouTube friends, Ben Ochart here. Thank you for tuning in. I was going to wait until after I got back from Orlando, from Aquashella to go over this with you, but I'm just too excited. I'm too pumped. So I'm going to go ahead and go over with you how my friend James Largo over at the Cichlid Shack just blew up my fish room. I think he lost his mind. I asked for a few fish. I'm going to show you what he sent over to me. Let's go ahead and get going. All right, so let's take a look at what James sent over, and I'm going to move this around. And first of all, I'll show you the fish in these tanks. These are the African cichlids that you're familiar with. There's the Plasmodichromis johnsoni back there, and bicolor 500 is in the back corner, being shy. Don't know if you can see him. There's the dragon blood. The dragon blood I picked up here locally at a PetSmart. And looks like the little phoenix is hiding back there. And there's my Otopharynx tetrastigma. Beautiful fish. In the 90, everybody is doing great. I just startled the heck out of them, but you can see him here. I even have a new little Jack Dempsey. Check him out. Named him Tom. That's the name of the founder and prior owner of Glass Cages. So we named this Jack Dempsey Tom since he came from Tom's collection. And everyone else you can see is doing well. But let's take a look at these guys. Whoa! Check this out. Some of my favorites are in here. Buccochromis norditania. Beautiful fish. One of my favorites. They're always on the move if you're familiar with these fish. Malawi gar. Look at the lips on that guy. It's Malawi gar. Look at that hawk. Young hawk. Just some gorgeous fish. A trout. There's a trout in there. Anyway, gorgeous, gorgeous fish. And you'll notice that the Eureka Red is not in there. The Eureka Red was living in this tank, and what I ended up doing was trying him out just to see how he would do. And he immediately just started beating up everybody randomly for no reason. Not fish that were similar to him, not fish that in some way would compete with him, just started beating everybody up. That living stone eye changes color from minute to minute. At any rate, he just went wild. Hey, look what I have here. A Venusus. Hopefully he'll become a benevolent tank boss like the Venusus I used to have in California. Look at this beautiful guy right here. Whoa. That's a beautiful fish. The Eureka Red was in here for like an hour and just was losing his mind. And so I ended up putting him over here in the 29-gallon. And he's been calm and peaceful since I put him back here, living with this, what I think is a female redfin borlei. Now they're best friends. He's leaving he leaves the little plecos alone. He doesn't mess with them. And I mean, he still looks, of course, spectacular. I may breed him. James Largo was suggesting getting a few females and breeding them. And he's getting along fine with that borlei. I was afraid he might beat up the borlei, but he didn't. That's really the long and short of it. I mean, look at this. So what I'm going to do, for those of you about to comment that that's too many fish or too big fish for that tank, you're right. This is a 55 gallon, very heavily stocked for being a 55 gallon. And if these fish were going to be staying in here, it would be that wouldn't be a good thing. So what's going to happen is these fish, along with the fish in this tank, are all going to go into a 210 gallon that should be here in the next 2 weeks. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take decor and substrate from both of these tanks. I'm going to mix this substrate right here. I'm going to mix that substrate with this substrate over here. So I'm going to end up with a kind of a slightly lighter substrate than I currently have in the older African cichlid tank. And all of that substrate is going to go into the 210 along with the decor and plants that you see. And so I'm going to have an instantly cycled ready for fish tank. Not sure if I'll continue using the Expert Maddox. I might. I've got 2 of them in this tank, 1 in this tank here, and of course the hang on back, the Marineland 400. So of course I also have a couple canisters. That's a 704B, and that's a FX6. I might bring some of those into play. We'll see. All my heaters have been pulled out or disconnected. I still have these. These are just basically fancy thermometers right now. I pulled all the heaters out. The tanks are running between 76 and 78 just from the summer heat. Also, what I'll probably do in the 210 gallon, I haven't even shown anybody this yet. I have this Aesop wet dry. Sorry about the power cord there. Aesop wet dry. So I'll probably be using that on the 200 together with an overflow box. And I'll probably get a second overflow box. So that's it. Just wanted to share the update with you. I'm just really excited and pumped up and couldn't wait until I got back from, like a kid in a candy store. I couldn't wait till I got back from Orlando to show them to you. And a big shout out to my friend James Largo over at the Cichlid Shack, who has hooked me up and definitely is forcing me into getting that 210 set up very, very quickly and running and up and running. Not sure where I'm going to put it. If I had the manpower and the time, I'd probably put it right here, move the 55s and put it behind me. But I might end up putting it right along this side here. I have the power there, and I am going to get some more wiring in. That's why you saw that power cord coming from the ceiling. I have a plug on the ceiling for the garage door opener, and that's actually one of the plugs I'm using to power up the fish room. But I'm having more plugs put in around the 10th of July. So at any rate, that's it. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you on Saturday for the Cichlids and Coffee live stream. Not on Saturday the 12th because I'm going to be walking around in Orlando, but after the 12th. So starting on the 19th, I will be back for the Cichlids and Coffee live stream, and I'll hope to post a few videos about my experience at Aquashella between now and then. Okay, thank you for tuning in, my friends. You are appreciated, and that's it for me. I've got water changes to do, and when you have a heavily stocked tank, you got to change the water pretty regularly. All right, bye-bye, folks.